Yes, information services has been a key partner with the research groups in two major projects in climate change adaptation, one an information hub and the other one a virtual laboratory. Information services brings three things to the table in these types of research projects. Firstly, our expertise in large-scale system development, infrastructure management and information management. Secondly, we've got access to crossover technologies, so technologies out of the creative arts might be useful in another area like medicine. And thirdly, the types of solutions required are very large and they're beyond the scope of one institution to deliver, so information services is part of a large national and international network of IT specialists and information management specialists from which we can draw resources and skills as needed to develop the solutions.
Both these projects, the Climate Change Data and Information Hub and the Virtual Laboratory in Biodiversity and Climate Change, are e-research infrastructure projects. So it's building the e-infrastructure that researchers in those areas will be able to utilise. So what's good about both these projects is the partnership involves not just the domain experts but people who are designing and building and running and maintaining the e-infrastructure and the hardware and software systems that all of this domain expertise can then help guide and inform. Certainly without that collaboration these projects wouldn't have got funded and wouldn't be up and running.
Griffith was the lead in obtaining funding and facilitating with Macquarie University to build an Australian National Corpus to hold a collection of research linguistic data collections. It's the first of its kind in Australia. The Australian National Corpus holds written and spoken Australian English research collections in the form of audio, text, video. On the launch of the Australian National Corpus, it was compared to the Australian version of the Oxford Dictionary, a very modern version of that.
The Australian National Corpus is really an ongoing resource that's in continuing development, and our ultimate aim amongst all of us who are collaborating on this resource is to develop something that represents all the diversity of the Australian linguistic landscape. So the Australian National Corpus represents a really outstanding example, I think, of great collaboration between the knowledge of linguists and language technologists, but also the technical expertise of e-research services at Griffith University and other universities around Australia.